Hi everyone and welcome back. My name is Sarah and you have found Lady Lugana. This is a Flosstube channel, channel dedicated to cross stitch, and it's Mira May. So I thought I would celebrate Mira May by doing a little bit of a Mirabilia parade and showing things that I have kitted, things that I have worked on, the ones that I'm actively working on. Because why not? Because it's Mira May. It's been a few weeks since I last visited with you, but good weeks, busy weeks. The weather is turned fine, and so we've been spending a lot of time in the yard gardening, which I can't complain about. So I thought I would start by showing the things that I'm actively working on. There are 5 projects that Mirabilias that I'm focusing on. Then I'll show things that I have kitted and started, even if they're like tiny, maybe even only like a couple stitches, and then things that I just have kitted and ready to go. So let's get started. So the very first thing I'm going to show you is a new start as of today. It is it's both a new start and a kit. So I picked up the Duchess of Rouen. And then I also picked up the Baker's Wife. And so these are companion pieces. And to be quite honest, this was mildly impulsive. The real reason I started these is for some reason the palettes and everything remind me of Bridgerton, and I'm so excited for the 3rd season, but I'm waiting because my husband wants to watch it with me. So I've only seen the first episode. I'm like, I want to watch it. And so these were really, truly impulse purchases, and I'm excited to start. And so I started the first one today, and I'm starting with the Duchess of Rouen. And what's nice about this is there's a lot of block color stitching in here, which I'm enjoying. And so I am stitching this on Forest Floor, 32 count, and that's by Oak Crown Studios. Oak Crown Studios. It is one of the Fabric of the Month. And it's absolutely beautiful. And this, let me see if I have something. I'll just use the bag. I literally just started like 2 seconds ago. Not 2 seconds, more like 20 minutes ago. But this is my baby start. But this fabric, isn't it glorious? It's got like these mottled greens, purples, and some slight pink variation in it. And then this has a little bit of haul on it as well. These are needle minders by Agnes, little needle minders. I got them, let me see if I can take it off. I got them because I love monarchs. And we're trying to attract monarchs into our garden. And look at that cute little thing, little dragon with little monarch on it. Isn't that adorable? And so, that is what I'm working on today. And look at this floss. This is floss for both of them, but look at this palette. Isn't it just bright and jewel toned? And it makes me think of Bridgerton. So that is, I guess, new start as of today. Focus Mirabilia number 1. So number 2 is, where did I put them? Oh, they're right here. Number 2, I'm not sure you've seen either. So this is called Circle of Friends. And I love this piece. I don't see many people stitching it, but it may just be that I don't see many people's work lately. But this piece, I have 2 best friends, and we are all, we went to grad school together, and I'm stitching it 3 times, one time for each of us. I know, that's ambitious, isn't it? On different fabric. And so the first one is on Raspberry Linen by Witch Health, and they're all Witch Health fabrics. And this one is mine. I want to see how it stitches up and make sure I get all the kinks out before I stitch it for other people. And that is where I'm at. It's like yellow. I'm not sure why. There we go. That is where I'm at. It is a center start coming up and doing her shoulder here. This is her bodice and her dress coming down. I like this one too because it's block stitching. But look at the different Krynics in there. There's the color palette's unusual, and so I'm enjoying kind of A, the block stitching, but B, the kind of unusual color palette that goes along with it. And then my other two friends, I'm stitching one on pink sand linen, which is, that's more close. Kind of this purpley, pinky, grayish, beigey color, which I like. And then the other one is going to be on the tumbleweed linen, which I think is going to be beautiful as well. So 3 times over, you guys are going to get sick of this project eventually. But this is one of the ones that I've been working on a little bit this month. And since I don't have my befores and after, that's okay. Since this is, I think, new to Flosstube, although I have worked on it a couple times before. So there is no before picture anyway. But yes, that's called Circle of Friends. And I may adjust my light tone. Let's see. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll adjust the... And this lives in a lakeside studio bag with suns on it. So I'm going to just move you guys over. Sorry. Let's see if we can... I apologize. I'm trying to... Oh, seasick, guys. I'm sorry. Try to get the light better without such a glare, but trying to brighten it up in our house. It's such a beautiful day out. And so then there are 2 more. And this one you have seen recently. This is Lady of the Flag. And this is an out-of-print design. And I am stitching this on 32 count Picture This Plus Storm. And I got a good amount done on this. And the challenge with this one is, and the next one, so like the last 2 I'm grateful for because they're like blocky stitches. And the next 2 are, what's the word I'm looking for? Strippy. Like the colors come down in strips. And so you like stitch up and down instead of like big blocks. But I got her arm done and I carried up, started working more on her gown here. And then she's holding a bouquet of flowers. And this took quite a while because there's like 5 or 6 colors in each of these flowers. And so, and then of course, as I'm working up, I'm afraid I'm counting wrong. So then I'm working back down to make sure the counting is right. So I filled in this too. But this is the Picture This Plus Storm, which I think she's going to pop on. An apropos fabric for a 9/11 memorial piece. September 11th memorial piece. So I thought she was lovely. And then let's see here. And last but not least, I've worked a lot on this one. This is also an out-of-print chart, also kind of in strips, I would say. And it's called Adia the Garden Fairy. And she is supposed to be the helpmate to Titania. And she's beautiful. She's my favorite Mirabilia ever. And so, and this is in a Q-snap because I've been working on her pretty regularly as well. And this is where I am on her. Let me see. Whoop. So last you saw it, I had only done this part. So I worked all the way up, got this filled in, and then I've been working on her face, which is a lot of confetti stitching. Actually, this one has a lot of confetti stitching in it, just kind of period. And then once I get all of her hair done, then I'm going to back stitch her face and then work down. But I think she's lovely. And she's stitched on 32 count Lugana Exotic Orchid by Zweigart. Isn't that pretty? The plum coloring, and the yellows are just going to pop on that. She's so pretty. She's absolutely my hands down favorite Mirabilia design. All right. And so those are kind of the focus pieces. Get a few of them. I would like to get those done as priorities. And then as they get complete, start filling in from my whips that I have going, which, sorry, I'm looking down at my big pile. I will show you whips first. Ugh. And some of these, like I said, only have just a few stitches in it. The first one is Winter Queen. Is that what she's called? I'm having a brain fart moment. Yes, of course she's called Winter Queen. Winter Queen. And I'm trying to pick which queen to be my focus as well. Instead of, I'm not sure if it's better to do like 1 week during the season, but then for whatever reason, I haven't been wanting to stitch on them in their season. So picking one queen to work on. And I forgot Queen of Freedom over yonder, I believe. Picking one queen to work on until completion and then moving on. But this is Winter Queen, and it is stitched on... Oops, sorry, that was loud. I don't know what this one's stitched on. I think it's called Arctic or... I can't remember, but it's snowy look. It might be snow. It's snowy looking. I don't even know which way it goes up. I think it's like this, because I think... Yeah, I think it's like that. And it's hard to see all of this. I put this away. I started this last winter, but I had just been working on Snow Maiden. Where is she? Right there. So diligently that I was getting tired of white in winter. And so I didn't really work on this one very much. But I got a little bit in. This is Whisper down in here. She's got all these beautiful blue colors. And she's going to look lovely on this fabric, I think, which it doesn't. It makes me think of snow. So that is Winter Queen. She is one of the queen whips I have going. I have all the queens started except for Spring and Queen of Peace. But as noted, I think I left one of them hiding back there. So then next, this is Christmas Queen. She's really fun. I like her a lot. Yep. Lovely, lovely. With a candle. She's so warm. And I'm stitching this on 32 count Lugana in Gingerbread by Picture This Plus. And I started her over Christmas. Oh, she looks good. Maybe I'll stitch this one first. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Tell me what you guys think. If I should do, which queen I should focus on first. My husband favors Queen of Peace. Nope, I lied. He favors Queen of Freedom. But I have Lady of the Flag on the go as well. Oh, isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. Oof. And this is just perfect Lugana. This is Gingerbread by Picture This Plus. It's so warm. Oh, she's gonna look good. Check out her head. This is one of the ones where I'm like, oh, I just could stare at it all day. She's so pretty. So this one is kind of up there on the top contenders for me. And I'm gonna, sorry guys, I'm gonna walk and see. Actually, I may have grabbed it. Oh, I think I did grab it. Nope, that's Queen of Summer. You're gonna get a view of my house. Not necessarily a great one, but sorry. I'm gonna see if I can snag the Queen. If I can, perhaps not. Huh. Here she is. I found her. I'm sorry about that, guys. Oh, now I'm shaking the whole, is in a beautiful peacock bag by Little Boat 88. But this is Queen of Freedom. This one's my husband's contender. Try to make sure I put all these away kind of as we go. She's lovely. And I'm stitching this one with all my Mirabilias. I stitch with the called for floss. The only thing I change out is fabric. So everything is called for floss on 32 count 2/2. And this is on a Bestitch Me Lugana 32 count. And I had just started this one. It's called Ledger. For some reason, this one's harder. So this section here, the laurel leaves, have two, and you can actually see it better in camera than you can see it in real life, have two different shades of gold Krynic in it. One of them is a dream to work with, and one of them is a bear to work with. And so it's very kind of variegated, not variegated, confetti heavy. And so I'm just like, oh. But this fabric, I think, is going to be perfect for it. Look how beautiful that is. You can see right through it, but see if I can. This does it pretty good justice, these modeled. It's a little, no, actually that's pretty good. I like it because it's got the gold and the blue, and I think it's going to look really good with her reds and blues coming through. And then all of those little holes will be beads. But I love starting the queens. I have several started from the top, and I have several started from the middle. So this is a contender. This is my husband's pick. We'll see. So we have the Queen of Christmas, Christmas Queen, Winter Queen, Queen of Freedom. Let's see. What's next? Summer Queen. I love this one, but I haven't been for whatever reason, I didn't want to work on her last summer. This is Summer Queen. She's lovely. And as you all well know, the colors never do anything justice, do they? On the cover photos. And this is stitched on a 32 count Bestitch Me fabric as well, called Bronze Age. Oh, and it's got a cute little needle minder on it that I forgot about. And this has a very baby start. Like, I don't even know how it goes. But look at these pretty blues on this. Doesn't this just make you think of like golden wheat fields? Does me. So the stitching. So not much to see, obviously, but Queen of Summer. So I think the pops of deep red, I think it's like 814, maybe. 902, 814s. They're going to be pretty on there. And then, of course, you got the pops of green and blue. I mean, It's going to be pretty. So, Queen of Summer. And then I'm trying to see, oh, here it is. Queen of Autumn. And this is the very first one I started. I started this on linen. And so it's the only one that I have on linen. All the other ones I believe are all on Lugana. And I need to re-backstitch her eyeball. I don't like it. I didn't know what I was doing. But this is the Queen of Autumn. Or is it focusing for you guys? So there's that. And I'm stitching this on 32 count sand by Picture This Plus. And then this is where I am on her. She looks pretty, but I got to redo that eyeball. Restitch it. So I think she's going to be pretty on this color. It's very, I don't know, it's like muted autumn. And I've got her noggin done. So tell me which one I should stitch, guys. Which one? I have the fabric selected for the Queen of Peace and the Queen of Spring. I just don't have floss or beads or anything like that. They're not kitted up. So that is my selection of queens thus far. Let's see. Next whip. And most of these, this is a So Much to Love bag. I think it's adorable. I love Winnie the Pooh. But most of these are So Much to Love bags and or Little Boat 88. This is the Cottage Garden Fairy. She's also out of print. And her color palette is also unusual. It's like the greens combination with the yellows and the blues. It's, I don't want to say bolder because it's not bolder per se, but just not the typical that I see from Mirabilia's. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count cream Lugana by Zweigart. She's a middle start too, and I actually got a decent amount done on her. This is, as you can see, she's got like a belt. She has a belt that goes across right here. And it comes here. It's all shiny, you can see. And then this is her knee and her lap, and this is her back, and her moth wings are going to come up this way. So that is my start on Cottage Garden Fairy. So she might go into my fairy slot after Adia is done. The only slot I don't have filled, I guess, would be, because the Fancy Lady of the Flag is a fancy lady. The Circle of Friends are fancy ladies. I have 3 fancy ladies on the go and 1 fairy. I should probably trade one of those out for a mermaid. Although I only have 1 mermaid kitted, I think. So, and she's pretty. I love this on just a cream neutral. So that is the Garden Fairy. Oh, this is one of my older starts too. This is, I didn't know what I was doing. This is Bliss Fairy. And it is one of 2 pieces. The other piece, the Petal Fairy, is its companion. This came out in 2006 originally, and then I think it came out again in 2016 and 2020. And so, let's see. What is this fabric? I think I'm stitching this on the called for, but for whatever reason it doesn't. Yep, it's the called for. It's 32 count Belfast natural linen. Trying to decide which way's up. I don't know. I think this is up. No, it's got to go this way. Oh, something like this. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out because I think that's an arm with like beads that are supposed to come. Yeah, yep. So this is her arm coming down into her lap over here. And this is the front part of her gown. And so, baby start on this. I haven't actually picked this up really since I first started it. But it's going to be on this pretty natural linen. And then her sister, the Petal Fairy, I intend to stitch on matching linen. So, and I love this bag. This is a Little Boat 88 bag. Got fairies on it. And gingham in the middle. So this is Bliss Fairy. Alrighty. A couple more whips. This is Winter White Santa. He's very handsome. He's very handsome indeed. And he is on 32 count Dove Lugana by Zweigart. I think it's the same fabric as Snow Maiden. Just a basic middle start. I should probably fold it a different way. I can't see. But I think he's going to be handsome on this. This is the pole going right up his staff, I should say, this pole of his staff here. Going right up, all in Kryneck and sparkly. So that is my start on Winter White Santa, and he lives in a vintage Santa bag. And this is actually Creations by Mary Rose. This is my only bag from them, and it's a great bag. Look how cool that is. Let's see. Oh, some of these whips I haven't pulled out. Oh, this is, yes, Christmas in London. I think this is one of my top favorite as well. I love this piece. I have to tell you though, I started it and then immediately became intimidated by it because it's just so big and beautiful and detailed and involved. And so I did back off almost immediately because I was a little bit overwhelmed. And it's 32 count Whisper Lugana. So really I have like next to nothing. It's a beautiful fabric. It's like this silvery. I feel like that's going to go well with the winter scene on this. And for whatever reason, I think you needed a much bigger, because look how big this is, a much bigger piece for this particular pattern. Either that or I was lazy and I didn't cut it. But normally I cut them down. But I took and started, this is the first time I did a Mira in a top corner start. And like I said, I was immediately intimidated. It's just this little tiny bit over here. But this one I think will be marvelous when it's done. I should pull this. Here comes the I should pull this one out statements. So, and it lives in a beautiful, oh, is this Joanne 69 or something like that? Patchwork. Vintage Santa. So, maybe I'll pull this one out and work on it in Christmas in July. Who knows? And then last whip, before all the kits, is another fairy. And this is the Woodland Fairy. And the Huga Stitcher is stitching this. She's doing a stitch along with Sarah Memphis E. And maybe is a Rogue Mama Stitcher, Amber from Rogue Mama Stitching, maybe. But check out their channels because they are stitching this together and they're all very lovely. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count Sprite Lugana. by Picture This Plus. And I've mentioned this before. You know who else is stitching this? Is Laladi Stitches is stitching this. I mentioned this before. I was a little... It's a beautiful fabric. It's like this lilac-y, purpley. Let's see if I can get... That's more true to color, I guess. But I didn't know what to make of these because they're all blended browns and yellows. All of that is like a blend of like goldy brown. And I didn't know. I was like, I don't know about this. And so I think we just need to get some of these other beautiful colors in it. And it'll be perfect. Like that pink ribbon coming down, it'll pull it all together. So this is my baby start on this one. But, so those are my whips. The first 4 being the ones that I'm spending more dedicated time on. And then I need your guys' help selecting which queen I should be focusing on, with the exclusion of the Spring Queen and the Queen of Peace, because I ain't getting them up. Not yet, at least. And then these are all just kits. Ooh. So the first kit I have is Muka. Oh, Muka's so pretty. I love this. The Huga Stitcher is also stitching this one. Muka's got a big, big list, so she's going to be a project. This is her. Oh, and I may not actually have the beads. I may only have the floss. Does she have beads? Oh yeah, she has lots of beads. I am missing the beads on Muka. But I think I'm going to use, we'll see. I'm conflicted. I kind of want something, like I feel like this is dark and moody. This particular design is dark and moody. But I feel like this color gives, the color is a little greener in person. And it's 32 count Belfast linen and eggshell by Fiber on a Whim. I think it gives that kind of moody vibe with this color palette. Mostly the greens. I think that'll look good together. So that is Muka. You know who else is stitching her is Sherry. Sherry is stitching her. I'm going to link her channel below if you have not checked her out. Her cross stitching is amazing. She does all of these beautiful conversions, and she converts Mirabilias into silk, and it's just glorious. It's glorious. So I will link her and some of the other Flosstubers I have mentioned below. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I did a zipper there. Oh, this is one of my other favorites. This is Stargazer. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. And I have a 32 count. I actually don't know what this is. Mystery linen. It's a pretty mystery linen. That's a little, oh, here it is. Oh, this is 30 count Cappuccino by Weeks Dye Works. I've never done a Mira on a Weeks Dye Works before. I think she'll be pretty on this though. It's like flimsy. I don't stitch a lot of Weeks Dye Works. It's pretty though. I think I said that already. With this color palette. Yeah. We shall see. See what comes of this, if we swap out this fabric or not. Let me know what you guys think. I value all of your opinions, more than you actually know. This is Delphine's Butterfly Brigade. I love this one. I love butterflies. Her big dress that's being lifted and carried by the butterflies. It's just, it speaks to the little girl in me. My love of fantasy and fairy tales and gardens, and I don't know. I like that one. And I really like the called for fabric, actually, the dark color of it with the contrast of these floss. I think, and this is 32 count Laurel. I think it's going to look good. And some people I know hate stitching on Wishelt because it's stiff. I don't mind it. I like both the Luganas and the Wishelt linen. I have trouble with just normal linen. But for Mirabilia specifically. Normal linen for Mirabilias I do not prefer, but Luganas of any make or brand or whatever, any dyer, and then the Wishelt linen I actually do quite enjoy. But look at these purples. Look at all those colors in there. She needs a lot of floss. So I think she's gonna, all these kits I'm seeing now, I'm like, oh, I want to start them all. No, I can't. Ooh, and look at this water lily. Oh, that's pretty. All these projects I'm gonna want to start now. No. I gotta get stuff done. All right, let's see here. What's this one? Oh, this one is in my garden. In her garden. This is a really large pattern. My Lady's Garden is what it's called. I love this. This is like just perfect with all of the florals. This would be another Bridgerton-esque piece. Not that I need an excuse to start another project. Sorry for all the crinklings. And I got the called for. You need a bigger piece of fabric for this, by the way. If you're doing a 32 count, this is not just your typical 18 by 27 fat quarter. You need more. I had to end up getting 27 by 36 because it's just enough more for margins that I needed it. Granted, I like 3-inch margins all around just in case. So that, I don't know if that has an impact or not. But I selected this natural linen because if you look here, this urn of flowers, this vase, is actually part of the design of it is the background linen. So the coloring, I wanted it to look like a vase, if that makes sense. Kind of like Villa Mirabilia. Has that big vase, potted tree in it, and the fabric selection mimics the stone, I guess, so to speak. And then a lot of pretty, look at that, so pretty. I think a lot of these are for the flowers. And then of course the big random bag of floss. Ooh, and then one more, and then the gate is all in Krynex. So look at these dark, rich gate colors. So good. And one last water lily. Makes me just want to stitch in water lilies. Look at these. So pretty. So that is My Lady's Garden. I'm sorry for the crinkles. Shove it in the bag here. Oof. And then this is also, no, this is a Sheba Designs bag. It's actually Christmas, but I didn't pick up on that. For whatever reason, it made me think of Ophelia. Ophelia by Nora Corbett. Obviously, all Mirabilias are designed by the artist Nora Corbett, but in case you're new and did not know that, I shouldn't make assumptions, but my sister's working on this one. So she started it at the Queen's, well, she didn't start it I think she started it around that time to bring to the Queen City Stitch Retreat. And I'm auditioning apparently 2 fabrics for this one. I think I'm going to go with this one, but I have the called for, which is Laurel, which I showed you with Delphine. But this is 32 count moss by Picture This Plus. Isn't this glorious? Ha ha ha. Because you know, she's drowned. She's drowning. So I need like mossy water looking. It's a little macabre. Maybe I shouldn't have pointed out. But look at these fun colors. These bright pops. And then her white dress. It's more like cream dress. I think will look really good on this. Let's see if I can pull it out. Yeah. With all those. And then her water lilies. Very swampy, mossy. If only I could just stitch all day. Actually, I had a bit of a break this weekend. Past weekend. I'm stuck on my doctoral project. I'm at a stuck point, which is never ideal, but it is what it is. And I didn't actually have to take any work home with me, so I was able to get some stitching done between working in the garden, which was lovely. Ah, yes, Miss Christmas Eve. She's lovely. Sarah Memphis E has stitched this one, so you should check out her channel if you want to see a finish. Oh, and apparently I'm auditioning 2 fabrics on this one too. Well, that's a brazen choice. Look at this. It glitters. What is this? I don't know. It's very bright and glittery. This is copper. Just copper. 32 count copper by I don't know who. It's very sparkly though. And then I think this is the color called for desert sand. Quite different actually, isn't it? But check out these. Oh. It's like I choose my fabric only based off the water lilies. That makes no sense, but look at these. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Woo! Look at that. They're so rich. And then the bag of floss. Invariably, there's a bag of floss. What do you think? Bright and shiny for Christmas or muted and traditional? So those are my 2 fabric selections for Miss Christmas Eve. I mean, look at this. That's so pretty. I love water lilies. I've never seen a design of water lilies only. You know what would be really good? If you did a silk conversion for an owl forest, you could use water lilies because I feel like their floss is super variegated. Their cotton called for floss is super variegated. You could come up with a really cool silk conversion for some of their pieces, like their spring. They have the spring, autumn, winter, summer samplers. Yes, that would be a great idea. And then this is the only mermaid I think I have kitted. And it's called Mermaid of Pearls. And I bought her fully kitted. Someone was selling her on eBay. Ridiculously good price. I won the jackpot on this one. Mermaid of the Pearls. Because she is out of print. But the Hugo Stitcher stitched her. I saw her on the Hugo Stitcher's channel when she first started filming. And I was like, oh, I need that now. Alas, it took a long time to find it. But the kit came with the called for was Weigart 32 count linen in Confederate gray. I've never seen it packaged like this. Kind of cool, huh? And all the floss. All the floss. And even the DMC labels, like these doodads, words escape me, look different. So this is all the floss here. And then even all of the treasures and beads, and Krynic. Look at all of this. I came with all the Krynic. I think I'm going to have to stitch this though, because some things look like they're, I don't want to say they're yellowing, but the containers look like they're yellowing. And so, all the Krynic in it. And they're skinny. Look at these tiny little Krynic. Oh, I'm throwing stuff at you. Krynic bobbins. Ooh. And then, of course, it's like an endless supply of beads that look like pearls. But you can see, look how they're yellowing. The packages are. But it's got the seashell. Look at that little thing. It's so cute. So maybe I should go ahead and get this one started. I'm tempted to put her on something a little modeled. Maybe one of Amy's fabrics from Oak Crown Studios. That might be pretty. And get her working on this summer, because it is the season, isn't it? 'Tis the season. So that is Mermaid of Pearls. Mermaid of the Pearls. She lives in my mermaid bag. Such a cute mermaid bag it is too. That is also by Little Boat 88. Shove it all in there. All right. Getting down to the last couple. So this was my very first Mirabilia I ever started, ever. It was also the first project I ever started on linen, and it needed to be restarted because I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to stitch with the number 4 braid Krynic 2/2. It was disaster. And you can see it in my very first video. I show it, I believe. And this is, oh no, here it is. Yeah, Madonna of the Garden. And I bought this before it went out of print, actually. And she's lovely. And I found the perfect fabric for her at Queen City Stitch Retreat called Evan. Isn't that just, yes, perfect. Oh, so pretty. It's Lugana, 32 count. Evan, and it's by Grace Note Fabrics. Ooh, this is perfect. Yes. This might be perfect. I have enough for 2. I wonder if I should do the Mermaid of Pearls on this, because it'll be like cool toned waters, and to complement her warm toned greens and blues and turquoises and teals and such. And then I need to redo some of the floss because we're restarting this, but that is also in a fairy bag. Super cute one. Also by Little Boat 88. And so that is going to be a restart. She's going to be higher on the priority. I was waiting to find the perfect fabric for her because I struggle bust so much with the one I had selected. Let's see. Oh, Shakespeare's Fairies. Oh, there goes the, right there. Making a mess, guys. I'm going to have a big mess to clean up. The Hugo Stitcher's also doing this one, Shakespeare's Fairies. I love this one. I agree with her. Their lanterns, and I don't know, their lanterns give it a Halloween-esque vibe. Maybe the tones, the colors, I don't know, but I love it. I love it, love it. And for this one, oh, everything's in plastic bags. I'm sorry, guys. I'm using Fabrics by Stephanie. It's called Saradwin. It's Lugana, 32 count. And doesn't it also have kind of a Halloween vibe? Makes me think of magic. And then obviously the big bag of floss. That's gonna look good. So that is Shakespeare's Fairies. Let me show you there we go. It's pretty, isn't it? Took a while to find the right piece of fabric for this one as well. Alrighty. Shove it all in. And then only 2 kits left, guys. And this one I purchased fully kitted as well. And it is the Rose of Sharon. And this is just beautiful. I may hold off on this one because Adia is yellow. And so I'll stitch Adia first as my yellow person, yellow dress, all that. But what makes this pattern is the arch. Absolutely stunning. And which means I need to decide, all of this looks like it's filled in, so I think it'll be okay. But I had selected a cream Lugana for this one as well. But it makes me wonder if I should get like a more natural looking linen. And then all the floss came with it, all the older DMC. So just in fistfuls, guys, just in fistfuls. Obviously not organized at all. But tell me what you think about this fabric. I am on the fence. And last but not least, my very last mirror kit is the Garden Party. This is Bridgerton-esque, isn't it? Oh my gosh, this could totally be Bridgerton here. Oh, maybe I should start this one. Yeah, this is definitely more Bridgerton than the Duchesses, but you know, or the Baker's Wife and the Duchess of Rouen. But I do like this one. And I had auditioned, I think, 2 pieces of fabric for this as well. I think in the end, I'm gonna go. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with. This is the called for. It's Twilight. Apparently, I folded that. That's gonna be lovely. Getting out. I'm just gonna tuck that away. This is called Changeling, and it's also Fabrics by Stephanie. And I like this one because it makes me think of like light filtering in. Like there's light coming into the garden from the lanterns that are all at top. Let me see. So you would darker at the bottom, lighter at the top. And put them on there. I think that would be good. And then the colors would pop as well because of the golds and the whites in their dresses. So that is Garden Party. So that is my collection of Mirabilias. The only one I have finished on display. And that was fun. Now I want to stitch all the Miras. Mira May. So thank you so much for joining me. I have read every comment that you guys have left, and I appreciate them so much. I have not gone back and commented on the most recent video I've done, but I plan to do so today or tomorrow. So once again, I thank you for hanging out with me and getting to spend some time together, and I look forward to seeing you next time with a more regular Flosstube update. You guys have a marvelous Memorial Day weekend is coming up. So a marvelous Memorial Day weekend celebrated here in the US, and you have all the fun in the world. Bye.